Few reality television programs have been able to win over viewers' hearts and minds, as well as 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. The series provides an engrossing look at the intricate connections that develop between couples who meet abroad. This season, Liz and Ed, a couple whose path has been characterized by both love and turmoil, have come into focus. Recently, Liz surprised viewers in a much-awaited tell-all episode by introducing Ed to her new beau. This caused anxiety and excitement to run through the cast and audience alike. We'll look at the several forces at work, Ed's and the cast's responses, and the ramifications for Liz's future in this imaginative recap. A startling disclosure. With the customary fanfare, the tell-all episode began with the cast members congregating in a studio and a tangible sense of anxiety as they were ready to face each other's decisions and relationships. Ed assumed the lead because of his controversial views and loud personality. With his relationship with Liz having seen its share of highs and lows, fans were curious to see how he would respond to the shocking revelation of Liz's new partner. Liz seemed calm but anxious as the cameras started to roll. Ed's expression changed from interest to astonishment the instant she revealed that she was seeing someone new. As Liz talked about her new relationship and how liberating it felt to explore new connections after her turbulent past with Ed, the air thickened with a mixture of surprise and uneasiness. Ed's reaction. An emotional roller coaster. Ed, aka Big Ed, is accustomed to the emotional ups and downs that come with watching reality TV. At first, he looked really surprised. After all, Liz and Ed had experienced a lot together, from passionate fights and reconciliations to romantic outings. At first, he was protective and questioned Liz about the nature of her new connection. Are you truly content, or is this merely a resurgence? Ed questioned, displaying his characteristic blend of distrust and worry. Ed's underlying anxieties of being abandoned and replaced, fears that have plagued him throughout his relationship with Liz, were exposed by this investigation. The other cast members were waiting to see how Liz would react, so the audience could sense the tension. Liz's development and empowerment. Liz answered Ed's worries with a confidence that was evident. She talked about how her new lover shows her affection and respect, which are traits she had yearned for in her relationship with Ed. Liz's development and her sense of newly discovered empowerment were highlighted by the striking contrast between her new relationship and her previous experiences. When I was with you, Ed, I was a different person. I've come to know what I deserve, she said in a firm and calm voice. Many viewers, especially women who have experienced such difficulties in their own marriages, found resonance in this particular moment. The episode's central theme was Liz's path of self-discovery, which highlighted the value of having confidence in oneself and the fortitude to go on. Other cast members offered their thoughts. Other cast members added their thoughts as the conversation went on. Others praised Liz for taking control of her life and provided her encouragement. Liz, you've got to be happy. One cast member added, go for it if this guy makes you feel good. The audience applauded. Conversely, some others voiced doubts regarding Liz's choice. One of Ed's friends questioned, are you sure you're ready for this? Underscoring the significance of giving yourself space to recover from a turbulent relationship. The cast's dynamic brought layers of depth to the conversation by demonstrating how different perspectives and outside opinions may affect relationships. Ed's suffering. A look behind the scene. As the show went on, Ed's mask started to come off. Audiences were gifted with an uncommon view of his fragility. He opened out about his vulnerabilities, telling how he frequently battles emotions of inadequacy and abandonment dread. I never wanted to lose you, Liz, he said, his voice trailing off into tears. Sincerity like this gave Ed a fresh perspective on the audience, transforming him from the stereotypical villain to a more sympathetic figure dealing with the fallout from his deeds. Liz, on the other hand, came across as understanding but unwavering in her resolve to seek happiness elsewhere despite Ed's sentiments. The new boyfriend's introduction. After laying the foundation, Liz at last told the group about her new beau. As he walked in, the tension in the room was evident. He had a captivating presence that got everyone's attention right away. His assurance stood in stark contrast to Ed's frailty, illuminating the two possible directions Liz might go. Let's name him Jake, Liz's boyfriend, charming and affable. He was clearly at ease in his own skin when he greeted the cast, which was exactly the quality Liz had been looking for in her past relationships. But Ed was clearly uncomfortable, struggling with feelings of insecurity and jealousy. The dissection of Ed's calm. Ed lost his cool as Jake started to discuss Liz and their relationship from his point of view. When Jake began to compliment Liz's strength and independence, the tension increased. He said, "She's amazing, and I'm just glad she's found someone who appreciates her," which caused the group to respond in different ways. Ed's expression twisted into a sorrowful and angry look. He yelled, "I know Liz better than you do," as his protective inclinations flared. Ed's fragile ego was exposed by this outburst, as was his unwillingness to acknowledge Liz's move on. The other actors were forced to watch as the drama played out as the altercation became more intense. Liz's position, declaring her individuality. Liz took a strong stance on her own behalf. "I'm not here to be your rival, Ed. All that matters is that I'm happy right now. This is my life, and I hope you can find happiness too," she said in a firm and unshakable voice. This particular instance perfectly captured Liz's path of self-awareness and empowerment as she broke free from the constraints of her past. Her statement acted as a reminder to the audience that support and respect should be the foundation of a partnership, not envy and dominance. Many people were moved by Liz's resolve to choose her own route, which demonstrated how crucial it is to put one's own pleasure first, even in the face of hardship. Reflections and realizations. The aftermath. The gang was still feeling the effects of Liz's introduction of Jake as the tell-all episode came to an end. Ed and Liz found themselves in a difficult situation due to the emotional upheaval. Whereas Ed struggled with thoughts of remorse and loss, Liz had firmly established her independence. In the closing moments of the show, Ed was shown thinking back on his previous transgressions and admitting that his actions had alienated Liz. He said, "I wish I could go back and do things differently," expressing a desire for development and adjustment. Liz, meanwhile, appeared to be content with her newfound independence and resolved to forge her own course. Final thought, a path of development and self-discovery. The tell-all episode, which included Liz introducing Ed to her new lover, was a moving reminder of how complicated relationships can be. A range of feelings, from empowerment to heartbreak, were shown to viewers as Liz traveled on her journey of self-discovery. Ed's response, however strong and occasionally overwhelming, brought to light the value of development and the necessity for people to take stock of their previous deeds. Fans were left feeling hopeful about Liz's future as the credits rolled. Many people could relate to her choice to put her pleasure first, despite disagreement. Liz's tale is a monument to the strength of self-love and the fortitude it takes to carve a new path in a world where love may often be tricky. Finally, 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After reminds viewers that every ending may also be a fresh start by serving as a mirror that reflects the struggles and victories of love. Fans will surely never forget Liz's journey, one that was filled with empowerment, growth, and the bravery to accept change, as they eagerly anticipate the next installment in her dynamic tale.